some recipes in Germany, you might need some Pflaumenmus, plum spread, and you basically can't get it here. There is something that is similar, but I want to show you the original way to make the plum spread in Germany. And for that you will need 1 kilogram of plums, and I've already washed them and removed the stem and the stone. And I put them in a casserole like this. And then I sprinkle this with sugar. Quite a bit, 300 grams of sugar, that's a lot. It's like a little bit of like a jam. So I also add a tablespoon of water and a tablespoon of vinegar, and it's basically any vinegar will be good. You can just use a regular, let me take a little bit more, or just like I'm using here a very cheap apple cider vinegar. Okay, now you get a spoon, and I'm mixing this so that they're all well covered with this sugar vinegar water mix. By the way, you can also add some rum if you want. You can add it now or later. I'm out of rum, so no rum for me today. And so after I have covered all my plums with this sugar, water and vinegar mix, I let this rest for several hours or overnight and let it soak, and then I will continue to make the plum spread. I let these plums soak overnight, and you can see that the sugar has almost completely dissolved. There's still a little bit of crystals on top of these plums, but other than that, a lot of juice came out of them. And I want to add a little bit of cinnamon to this. This is optional, of course, but I like my plum spread with a little bit of cinnamon taste. So let me stir this one more time. Okay, and then I put this into the oven at a very low temperature of 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 150 degrees Celsius. So now 4 hours later, this is what it looks like. They're very much cooked through, very soft and mushy. And I've prepared some glasses here. I've cooked them in some water with a little bit of vinegar. The vinegar is to avoid the calcium on the glasses. I've cooked them in water and vinegar for like 5 minutes, and then I put them upside down on a clean towel. I have also prepared some saran and cut it to the size of the lids. And I have a little bowl with some vinegar here. You will see in a little bit why I need this. So now the next thing I'm doing is I'm using my immersion blender to blend the plums. Okay, so after a while, this is all liquefied and ready to be filled into a glass. I'll probably not need all the 3 glasses. I didn't make that much of it. But yeah, let me just fill this glass now. And you must be careful because this is really, really hot. And the plum spread is not just for baking or in cooking goods, it's a bread spread. So in Germany, when we have our breakfast, we have rolls and we put butter on our rolls, and we often use this plum spread instead of strawberry jam. It's very delicious. I'm sure you will like it. And you see the consistency here is liquid, but you know, a little bit mushy. And that's how it's supposed to be. And it really took 4 hours in the oven. Okay, and I fill it all the way, to the rim. And as you can see, I will not need a second glass for this. Okay, let me quickly wash my hands. And I clean the glass on the outside so it's easier while it's still warm, otherwise it's too sticky. Okay. That looks good. Now I move this aside so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I filled this all the way to the rim, and now I will take some of the saran that I cut earlier, and I dip it into the vinegar. This is a little trick that I learned from my grandmother. Although it's very unlikely that this spread is going to mold with all the sugar in it, still, to be on the safe side, I put this saran with the vinegar on top of it to make sure that there's no mold forming in there. So I add the lid and I let this cool now upside down. There's still some stuff here. I let it cool upside down, and once it's cooled, I can just use it for any occasion that I want, for cake, for Germknödel, for bread spread, whatever comes to my mind. I hope you like this. I really love plum spread, and I hope you like this video, and let me know what you think about this recipe. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and see you next time.